Not only has Genshin Impact broken records that it set, but Nahida, Genshin Impact's newest adorable Dendro Archon, has made history. Before we jump into this video though, I do want to thank all of our incredible patrons over on Patreon. You guys do not need to support Mrs. Stix tonight, but you still choose to, and trust me, it is appreciated beyond anything I can convey verbally. You guys are incredible, and admittedly, if you have a moment, follow Mrs. Stix and I over on Twitter. We'd really appreciate that. So typically, when a new banner is released in Genshin Impact, the sales on day 1 are astronomical. Day 2 tends to typically be higher than day 1, but by day 3, sales plummet. For the first time in recorded history, day 3 sales for the newest double banner have continued to rise every single day. According to GameRant, a Reddit user shared an interesting image showing that Nahida's sales have continued to grow every single day, which is a very uncommon occurrence. As they note, most banners in the game have their sales peak on the first day, as many players patiently wait to acquire a net set of limited characters. According to this chart though in specific, the current double banner made $5.1 million US on the first day, $6 million on the second day, and then $6.3 million on the third day. This is the first time a banner's third day sales managed to surpass the first 2 days. However, as they go on to state on the website, it should be noted that the data shown in the chart only represents iOS devices on the Chinese server. They further go on to state that while the chart does not separate Yoimiya's sales from Nahida, it's safe to state that the new Dendro Archon carried this banner when it comes to revenue, especially considering that all of Yoimiya's previous appearances were not as popular in the community. One of the reasons why Nahida's sales spiked on the third day is probably because a lot of players were waiting for the weekend break to finish their Archon quest. Another reason could be that the overall community feedback on Nahida has been exceptional, as many players consider her to be the strongest out of the 4 current Genshin Impact Archons. Nahida is a must-have character for all team compositions that rely on one of the new Dendro elemental reactions, since she's the only 5-star Dendro support in the game. A number of replies in the comment section have stated that she had the best arc in the storyline out of the previously revealed Archons. And that is true. I read a lot of different threads on Reddit. I read a lot of different comments across social media going on to confirm exactly how much they loved the story for Nahida specifically. Maybe not that it was the best of all of the Archon storylines, but how this story in specific resonated with them, and how well done it was, and how much they enjoyed being able to play through it. That this is the most fun, the most captivated and enthralled they have been in a story in Genshin Impact in a long time. A big part of the community claims that they are actually surprised by how well Nahida's banner did, since the 2 previous limited character banners featured very strong characters, and developer Hoyoverse already announced the arrival of the long-awaited Wanderer. Her banner was also not hindered by the weak 4-star lineup that includes 3 characters that have been part of the game since release. Now there's a thread over on Reddit that has over 8,000 upvotes thus far that goes to show the total revenue of every banner released. The first instance of a banner, the reruns, showcasing how much each respective banner, and subsequently how much each respective waifu or husbando made. It is worth noting here that Nahida and Yoimiya made over $5 million on its first day. The Venti rerun made over $5 million as well, just slightly under the Nahida and Yoimiya rerun. The Ayato and Venti rerun at 3rd place, Yelan and Xiao at 4th, Kazuha and Klee at 5th. It is, you know what, very interesting how many of the reruns absolutely eclipse the first banner releases of each respective character, and at the same time how much higher Raiden Shogun and Xiao are than almost any other character. We see reruns of Shogun and Kokomi, Shenhe and Xiao, Zhongli and Ganyu, all these characters quite far down. We also see Characters like Klee, Kazuha, Yoimiya herself, Yaimiko, all incredibly low comparatively to Ganyu, Eula, Hutao, Shao, Raiden Shogun. It is admittedly surprising how popular Raiden Shogun was, how popular the rerun for Nahida and Yoimiya are, and how popular the Venti rerun specifically, just him, no one else was. Regardless, this is mind-blowing. The fact that this one single banner has eclipsed every other banner, has absolutely destroyed every record that Genshin Impact has set, every single record that has been set in the entire gacha scene up until this point, and how this one single itty bitty tiny little Archon has made history, global history. And people say that Genshin Impact is a dead game. No, on the contrary, Genshin Impact is making more money than ever before, as is evidenced by these numbers alone. Now, if Genshin Impact isn't your thing, you know what? No problem. I completely understand. I got 2 different videos on screen right now that might be of interest to you. One featuring every confirmed gacha game coming this month in November 2022, and the other featuring the most played gacha games this month. These are the gacha games that everyone else is playing. These are the gacha games that you might want to go ahead and play yourself.